Hey guys, this is day 4. Yesterday we have completed the HTML by building a cat photo app. Today we are move on to the CSS part, like basic CSS part to build a calf menu, right? This could be interesting compared to HTML because we are just styling it. So it looks so well designed, okay? So without any further ado, let's get started. Yeah. Okay, I think this is the overview of that we're going to build. A jumper cave, a coffee, a menu bar, like a menu. Okay, let's go. Okay, our first step is, as we learned a few steps in cat photo app, there is a basic structure need to start building a web page. Okay, so let's, for every HTML, we need this first line because this helps us to tell the browsers it is the latest version of the language. Okay. Yeah. Okay. We have put the doc type HTML as a latest version. This code is a latest version, and HTML tag with the lang of English. Okay, the HTML tag with the language English, right? So let's go. Yeah, that's right. Let's move on. Okay, so we have added two stuff. So let's add the other stuff, that is an it tag. Okay, so they're telling add a id element with the HTML, so you can add a title element is caption. Okay, so they are telling to add a title element inside the id. So we have put an id element inside that. They tell us to add a title, which is nothing at a menu, calf menu. Okay, let's close the tag. Okay, let's check. Yeah, that's right. Okay, the title is one of the several elements that provides extra information not visible on the web page. Yeah, it's useful for search engines to or how page gets displayed. Okay, they are telling useful for search engines. Plus, it is useful to page get displayed, right? Because using this title, we can say this entire page is as a title. You can see right here, right? Learn basic CSS by building a calf menu. Okay, so this is the title of this page. Okay, so using this title we can help us to organize what the content is represented inside of this. You can see there is a many thing, that is a main website and slash going to inside, but instead of we getting this, the title shows the clear cut view even for a non-coder people. Okay, inside id element, nest a meta element with the attribute of user cache value. Okay, so we should add a meta tag with an attribute of cache set equal to ut4, right? utf8. Okay, so let's close it. It says closing self-closing tag. Okay, yeah. Move on next. Okay, to create some actual content, add a body element below the head. Okay, so we are going to add a body element below the head. Okay, let's move on next. It's time to add some menu content. Add a main element with the existing body with the actual content, pricing information about the coffee and desserts offered by the cave. Okay, just this is our preview page, right? So let me, as usual, let me put this inside this. Okay, so yeah, so we can view side by side. Okay, so inside the preview there is a menu card, right? So each menu card has a main. Okay, so because that is the main stuff. Okay, let's put a main. Yeah, that's right. That's cool. The name of the cave is Camper Cave. Okay, so as I mentioned, H1 is the most, if you write the most important words in the H1 tag. So like the name of the cave in this case. So yeah, H1. Okay, you can see our H1 tag is visible right here. Okay, let's move on. Move on to next. Okay. To let the visitors know the camp founded in 2020. Okay. So we are just want to add a P element, that's paragraph element, just below the heading. std dot established on 2020. Okay. So let's close that. Yeah, that's right. Okay, our paragraph element has been right now visible. Right now is not so good design because it's just an HTML. After a few steps, we go to the CSS part. There will be two sections on the menu, one for coffee and one for dessert. Add a section. Okay. So they are telling us there is a two section, right? So first section is for coffee. Okay. So let's add a section. Okay. And there is another section for desserts. Let's check. Yeah, that's right. So two sections. Okay. Create a HTML element in the section and give it the text coffee. Okay. So inside this section we are creating the heading as coffee, right? So yeah, H2 tag. You can see our coffee has been displayed right here. So let's check. Yeah, that's right. Move on to next. Okay. Up until now, you have been limited regarding the presentation and appearance of the contents you create. To start taking control and add a style element in the head element. What you saying? To start taking control and add a style element within the head. I think they are telling us to create a style element, right? I think so. Okay, this is the style element. Okay, I think this is the style element. Yeah, that's right. So we have created a style element. Okay, you can ask this makes help us to create a beautiful or attractive web pages, right? Using this CSS. But this is an internal CSS, I think so. There are three types of CSS we can learn in detail in upcoming sessions. So you can add styles in the element by specifying it in the style element, setting the property. Okay. Yeah. Okay, done, right. Okay. Now we are just going to the CSS right now. This is the first code we are going to in CSS. That is, first we should write the element, right? Now in this case h1. So we are targeting this h1 element and open bracket, close bracket, enter. Now this is in the left side, right? Left alignment, but we want to make the heading in center alignment. So we are making this as that is a text align. It's under the keywords, so you can't change it. So if you just using some practice, it gets in practice easier. So yeah, you can see now the text align, which is the text in the h1 tag has been centered, as you can see right here. Okay, so yeah, let's go on to next. Okay, well, next, wait, it's too slow. Okay, in the previous step, you used a type selector to select h1 element, center the h2 element and p element by adding a new type selector for each existing style. Okay, we are telling us to add a h2, center the h2 and hp element. Okay, they tell us to center this same paragraph at the h2 element, right? Sorry, yeah, h2 element. Okay, so just text align center, right? So yeah, this goes center and paragraph text align center, right? Yeah, let's check. Yeah, it's right. Control enter. Okay, so you are now three type selector. We have three type selector with the same exact styling. Yeah, So they are, what they are telling is, we have, you can see this is our code, right? So in this code we can see all this element h1, h2 or paragraph has the same value and attribute. You can see text align, center, center, center. So to avoid as many lines as this, we can simply write this. You can just delete this last few lines, couple line, and you can just add by comma h2 comma paragraph. You can see the same output is displayed here, but our code has been reduced into of a few. Okay, so this is it was to reduce our code by using the comma. Okay, you have styled three elements by writing CSS inside the style tag. This works, but since there will be more styling, it's best practice to put all styles in a separate file or link. Okay, we have created a separate .css file. So switch the editor view. You can change the between views and tabs on the top of the editor. Yeah, I can view it. Okay, start rewriting the styles. You have created style.css. Make sure you execute the opening and closing tag of the style. Right. Okay, I can understand it. Right. What they are saying is, in this paragraph they are telling us the style element in HTML tag, right? In HTML tag we used a style, right? Opening tag and closing tag. In real-time practice we can't use, or we won't use, because it's makes us code so ugly, right? So we can put all our CSS in a separate file. That's why they are telling in this thing. So we have put, this is the HTML file, right? So this is a CSS file. So we can put all this style in here, and we can link this style the HTML, so that our HTML is as a clear viewpoint, and this also have a clear view, so we can't get confused. Okay, the code will be so clear. So yeah, then they are telling us to start rewriting the styles you have created in this style. Just make sure. Okay, so we are going to do the same, I think so. h1 right now, I think we have in CSS. Okay, h1, h2, and h1, h2 and paragraph, right? We have to do that only. So text align center, right? Yeah, I think that's right. Yeah, that's right. So you can see the output, that's no change, because we have used the internal styling. Okay, so first I think we want to delete it first of all, that. Yeah. Okay, see, you can, when I clear this style, you can see I am clear this style, but our preview page or my output is now all are in default font, default styling. Okay, so to avoid this, or to link our style element in this index HTML, we are going to use a thing called, first of all, I think this is the step you want to clear it. So now we are going to link this. Wait a second. Yeah, now we are going to link this. Okay, so to link we use a link with an relation equal to style sheet. Okay, style sheet, and sorry, href equal to styles dot css. Okay, you can see when I complete this line, this style in this file has been just connected to this, so our web page has been styled. That is, the three h1, h2 and paragraph has been centered using this relational. That is, we are just linking this, and what we are linking, a style sheet, which means a style. Okay, CSS file, and the location of this CSS file is CSS style.css. Okay, so that is here. So when you are working with the some code editor like Visual Studio, you just want to make sure that the styles are both in same folder, right? Okay, so when they are different folder, you used to know some methodology like using slash, right? Okay, so we are now in step 17. For styling of the page to look similar on mobile as it does not on desktop or laptop, you need to add meta element to the special content attribute. Add the following the element. Okay, this line is very much important. You can see, this is the very much good thing in your code, because this meta cassette, title and linking and all that using this HTML lang or most default or compulsory you should use, because this helps us more way. You can know mainly this tag, because I seen when you are not using this tag and you can, when you view your web page in mobile, it's just not looking very good, right? That will be, you should drag to the left, right, to the bottom, zoom in, zoom out, so it will not pretty good. Okay, so to avoid that we just use this. Okay, what they are telling is meta name equal to viewpoint. Okay, that is every mobile device has a different content, different size, right? So to avoid the size web page design, we using a thing called this line meta tag, that is we are doing width equal to device width. You can see clearly now. Okay, what we are doing, we are creating a width, that is width of this web page is the width of the device, right? So when the width of the web page, like in now in my PC, this in my PC or in my laptop, now this is very large, right? So it occupies the full screen. But when I open this page in my mobile, it should be adapt to its size, right? So it should be smaller or larger, like you can see right now. So you can see it's become smaller or larger, right? So yeah, okay. So yeah, next initial, right? The initial, that is when the page gets loaded, it should be 1, or some cases we write in 1.0, right? That's all. Okay, that's all. Sorry, this should be here. Okay, so yeah, that's complete. Don't forget to mention this line, so it's very useful to adopt the different display size of your web page. Okay, so yeah, the text center again, so link the CSS file is working. Add the stylus styling background color of the property brown for the body. Okay, just we can see, we are just want to see that the body. Okay, we are just targeting the element body. Okay, so just they are willing to change the background hyphen color to brown, right? You can see clearly our, now our web page turns into brown, right? It's a brown color, default color by the browser. So the default brown color of the browser, right? So yeah, move on next. Okay, that brown background makes it hard to read the text. Yeah, really, you can see that the text is not very easy or so attractive. Like it's really, we should focus too much, we should train our eyes. Okay, so to avoid this, we should change the color of the font. I think so. Change the body element background. No, we can change the background color as barley wood. Yeah, it's now looking nice, right? Pretty well, like a coffee color, a pale coffee color, right? Next. Okay, the div element is used mainly for design, unlike the other content element we used so far. Div element, yeah, we are moving in the best or most real practice world. We use the element called div. You can see many div element, div in many web pages. For example, right now I'm showing you, when I right click this browser. Okay, this is my browser. So when I right click and go to my inspect, okay, so inspect, you can see now my web page, right? So let's close this. So yeah, this is, you can see right now. So I go to the top, right? This is the HTML or the HTML tag used to program this web page, right? This web page, you can wait, I can reduce it. You can see, right? So this is the page. So there is a doc type, there is a HTML tag, you can see right now when I click this, and there is a div. You can see a div, div. See, div, main element, div, and the script is nothing but JavaScript. So later we can see this. So before that, you can see that there is so much div element. Okay, so div, when we open the div, we have another div. So there will be more divs inside the div. You can see, right? So when I click on this, you can see, this is a div. Okay, so paragraph or div is nothing but a container, right? So yeah, so why we are using more div means is nothing but to style the property or to make the to get the access to control the element, right? So we can't directly control all this element just by easy. So we just for making this as a div and this as a div. So when we want to make the changes, we just focus on that div. Okay, so yeah, so inside the opening tab div, add id element with the value of menu. Okay, so we can add the element of div. So add a div element inside the body element, then move all other inside the new div. Okay, they are telling to add all my stuff in the div with the id equal to menu. Okay, so yeah, now enter, control V, enter, and close the div. Div is nothing but a simple container to store our elements, right? Yeah, you can see nothing has been changed. When we work further, you can understand the real use of the div. Okay, so we have targeted the id, right? You can remember lastly I put id equal to menu, right? So there you tell us to give the width of the menu is 300 pixel. So you can see now the width is too much or equal, you can't just say. So let's try it and see. Okay, so to target a element, we just randomly or directly write the element name, but to target an id we should use hash menu, the name of the id, right? So inside that they are telling us to give the width, that is width of this element as 300 pixel. Yeah, you can see now the width has been reduced, right? When I wait, I think this can be work rightly. Okay, yeah, you can see now this is, you can where you can see this highlighted box is a div. Okay, so this is the main element, and well, my stuff is just working inside this. I don't know whether this and all are under the freeCodeCamp's designs, so we don't focus on that stuff. Right now we are just focused on this calf menu, right? So there is a div has many things. Yeah, right, yeah, there is, that is here. Okay, you can see when I click this, that when I click this, you can see the shaded thing, right? We see, yeah, you can clearly see this is a div slash menu, which is a div that is 300 pixel. So when I increase this to 30 pixel, you can see now this has been 30 pixel. When I click, wait, I again click this. Yeah, this main. Okay, you can see now this is 30 pixel width. So the all the stuffs in the inside this has been moved, forced, the font are forced by the browser to move outside the div. So mostly this will not happen, but when the when we enter the most not inappropriate suggestions or stuff, this will happen. Okay, so when I put 3000, you can see 3000, right? So yeah, that is vanished. I don't know where it is. So let's make it as 1000, right? Yeah, you can see right now when I use this div, this is 1000 pixel. All right, so yeah, that is the meaning of the div. So let's rewrite into 300 pixel and just check our code. Yeah, that's right, just pretty well. Let's go. Okay, so comments. So as we discussed comments in the HTML, there is a comments in the CSS too, because when there is too many stylings, the other programmer can't understand what the styling is, right? So we use comments. Here we use the comment. Okay, in the style sheet, comment of the line background color. Okay, so they are telling to comment this line slash star and one, two, three, four, right. Star slash. Yeah, this has been commented. Yeah, check our code. Yeah, that's right. That's work fine. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty good. So now use the existing attachment sorter to set the background color of the div to blur UI. So instead of this we use a div, right? Sorry, a menu, that is we are just changing the div color, background color, view or right, control enter. Yeah, that's right. You can see this is the div. Now you can clearly visualize the meaning of the div, right? That's just a container which stores the element inside it. Okay. Now it's easy to see that the text is centered inside the menu, hashtag menu, that is ID menu. So yeah, I can see has been centered. Clearly we can visualize it. So width is property is to 80% to make sure 80% of the body width. Yeah. So you can see the width has been taken. We forces the browser to take just 300 pixel. So to avoid this, we can do another method called 80%. Okay, yeah, you can see now this is 80%, right? That means the browser defaultly it can be any size. The width of the browser can be any size. Okay, so now it takes from this to this, right? So this full is 100%, so it takes from this 80% and remaining this 20% is labeled as blank. Okay, so this is the other way to write the width, to code the width. Okay, so yeah. So next you want to center the hashtag menu horizontally. So do this by setting its margin left, margin right property to auto. Think the margin as individual space around the element using this hash menu. Okay, right. So they are telling us to put margin left. So for now I just doing is auto margin right. You can see when I put margin left as auto, the left has is been given more space, right? So when I put the right as auto, you can see the left and right both equally separate its space. Okay, so now our div has been centered. Div has been centered and the element in the div also been centered, right? You can check the code. Yeah, it's worked pretty well, right? So yeah, for now I think it's over. We have crossed our task of completing 25 minutes. So by tomorrow or upcoming videos we complete this step 26 and move furthermore. So just if you like the video, just like it. If you want to subscribe, just subscribe it, so it will be more helpful for me. So it gives the motivation to just work further on and enjoy coding, happy coding, always code. Okay, so yeah, see you in the tomorrow. Happy coding.